very high frequency spectrum, mid-frequency and low frequency, unlike prior generations. And that's a unique new holistic way of thinking. So take billions and billions of devices, that's the first thing I said. Now managing your entire physical infrastructure, whether you're one wireless company or a country, across low frequency, mid frequency, high frequency. We'll talk a little bit about that in a few minutes, what those different bands do, because there's complexity for delivering it. And then the last piece, because finally folks figured out we have security risk in almost anything that we're doing now on the internet. How many of you heard about, autonomous vehicles being a vector of hacking, or even home automation, light bulbs and cameras being hacked? 5G is designed to be more robust. It doesn't mean there's not places to hack, but at least it's designed with security in the network. So very, very hard to do certain things that can be done fairly easily today, like cloning SIMs and very hard to do at 5G, much more hard network. So think about the three things that I said. Greater speed. I also mentioned lower latency, that's the connection time. 2, managing a broad infrastructure, low, medium, and high frequencies, heterogeneous types of hardware. And then security. And then what we've set the foundation for in those three areas and their subdomains is a new general purpose wireless technology set that's going to enable great new things that I hope we'll get to talk about.
John, I had a question. So I know we're going to get more into the application side of things, but you mentioned two words, home, and you mentioned the high frequencies don't penetrate things very well. So I think everybody out there is probably thinking 5G as device-to-device IoT things. Is it going to replace cable modems and other types of internet service to the home, since the 5G may not penetrate the house? Is it going to be kind of a to-the-curb service? And then you're going to still use it? Is it going to get rid of the traditional network in the home, the wireless access points and all that stuff? Can you address how you see 5G going there?
While it's speculative in terms of how each company would roll out a fixed broadband service, many people don't know that the United States has particularly poor broadband. In fact, the OECD is about 32 countries. We are second to last in price performance of broadband. We pay the most for the worst service. And the interesting thing that the question is related to that Walt just gave me, there are about 50% of homes in the United States. We have about 135 million homes that only have one broadband provider, and that broadband has been brought down as a specification, lowered by the FCC to make it look like more homes have broadband. It's only 25 megabits. So 5G, to the question, absolutely can serve as a fixed broadband replacement for cable modem through the telephone system or fiber optics. But it depends on how much low frequency spectrum is available in the place where you're trying to roll it out. So Walt's question had a nice second piece. Well, high frequency spectrum in the United States, let's call it 3 to 4 gigahertz and up, is plentiful. There's a lot of it. It doesn't penetrate through walls well, even windows that have, coatings for heat retention or for preventing the sun from coming in.